This is What I Know Now, a series where we slow down long enough to look at the bigger picture. If you're in a season of your life right now where so many things are changing, you're feeling the hesitancy, and you might even be starting to question yourself more than usual, today's video is for you. By the end of this video, you are going to feel grounded. You're going to learn how to stay grounded, and you're going to learn how to trust yourself even when things don't feel quite familiar yet. I have had to live my faith, to practice it, not just put it into words, but to live it in its existence. A lot of these changes, I didn't choose them, and I didn't always see the end. But the one thing that I've maintained through any change is trusting myself. Here's why. When you are going through changes, you are literally being faced with this question around your ego. A lot of the things that we hold on to that we are so hesitant to change are tied to our identity. And when you are being asked to shift your identity and to become someone new, it opens up a can of worms and starts to bring up a lot of questions. And some of it we don't like facing. I've been there time and time again. So in this season, if you are being asked to change something that is tied to who you are, I understand why it is difficult. It just makes you feel physically like you don't want to do this. But I want to encourage you to look at the change and look at how deeply you can get to know yourself in a different way. I understand that our hesitancy around change is because we're not sure who we're becoming. We're not sure if it's going to pay off. We can't always see the entire way there. We can't see down the yellow brick road. And so we don't know the benefit of these changes. And if we did, maybe we'd be more inclined to just let go, right? But when you can't see ahead, sometimes having faith and trusting yourself looks like just seeing the next step. A lot of times it looks like just seeing the next step. What I know about trusting myself is that I do not want to harm myself. Any change that I feel like I need to make, I believe that it's not to my detriment. It's for my highest good because I don't want to harm myself. The second thing I'm aware of and I know now is that I'm always changing to be better. As an able-bodied person, my goal in life is to just get better every day if I can. And so any change that I'm being asked to make, it has to apply to getting better. And the third thing I know about trusting myself through change is that by removing things, by shifting and pivoting, by releasing and surrendering, I create space. I'm creating space. And I say that because we ask for things, we ask for blessings, we ask for the universe to give us more abundance, to expand our wealth and our reach and our engagement and get us subscribers and all of these things. But when do we ask to clear the plate so that we have the space to receive? We don't. So the changes come when I have to clear up my plate a little to welcome in what I've asked for. The change comes when I don't have space in my group, my network, my life to invite in people who are going to support me in the next phase that I've prayed about, that I'm praying about. The change comes when I got to make space for those people to come in. If you can wrap your perspective in your mind, if you can look at change, any change that you have to make, and recognize that you're not going to harm yourself, that it's always going to be for your benefit, and that it's actually supporting the dreams and the prayers that you have, you can usher yourself into a beautiful understanding, into a beautiful experience every time you're faced with change. Because it won't be so, you won't feel like it's tearing you apart more than you'll feel like it's ripping you into something new. There's this form of Japanese pottery called kintsugi. And essentially it's taking these pieces of broken ceramic and putting it back together, but filling in the cracks with gold so that it gives it this ornate, beautiful style of pottery. And in order to get it like that, the pieces have to be broken first. So when I am going through any change, what I trust, even when I can't see it, even when it's blurry, even when I am so freaking hesitant, what I trust is that kintsugi is happening, is that I might be feeling broken, but essentially what's happening is that the universe is putting me back together with some gold filling inside so that I am now this ornate masterpiece of a plate, okay? Of a cup, of a bowl, right? Think about how much of your life, when you allow change to happen, you've benefited, you become better, you've become wealthier, you become happier, you become finer. Think about all the changes that you just allowed to happen. And you probably can always tie in how things worked out in the end. If you're going through this season of change and you feel like, man, I don't know, this is a tough one, refer back to kintsugi. Refer back to trusting yourself, because you're not going to harm yourself, and because things always work out better for you, and because everything is coming together beautifully and it's making space for what you've asked for. Trust that that is real. Before you go, let me ask you this. Where in your life are things changing faster than your confidence right now? We tend to think that we have to be confident in how things are going to turn out in order for us to move. But you know that movement creates the confidence. And so drop in the comments of this video, where in your life are things changing faster than your confidence right now? And I will root for you. It doesn't have to be a long paragraph, a word or a sentence. Let me know and I will send love your way. Thank you guys for joining me for day 4 of 100. Stay tuned for more shifts and pivots and perspectives based on what I know now. Peace.